Morning students. Next we have see that electron microscope. Electron microscope is based on wave nature of particle. The wave nature of electron is used to construction of microscope. That microscope is called that electron microscope. The resolving power of the microscope is inversely proportional to the wavelength of radiation used for illuminating that object. If we are getting the high magnification and high resolving power means we are used the waves of shorter wavelength. De Broglie wavelength of electron is very much less than that of the visible light being used in optical microscope. As the result, the microscope will be employing de Broglie waves of electron have very much high resolving power than optical microscope. The electron microscope will be giving great magnification, that is it is also more than 2 lakh times better than the optical microscope. It is also used in research laboratories. Next we are going to see that construction of electron microscope. Here the construction and working of electron microscope is similar to optical microscope. First one is optical microscope, second one is electron microscope. Here the construction and the working will be similar, but except that the electron microscope will be focusing that electron beam is done by that electric or magnetic field lenses will be used. Okay, so the electron beam is passes through that a suitable arrangement, either electric or magnetic field. It undergo that divergent or convergent, thereby focusing of electron beam. The electron is emitted from that source. Here you see that the electron source is nothing but electron gun. The electron gun use பண்ணி they are producing that large amount of highly accelerating electron. The highly accelerating electron is passes parallel to the magnetic condenser lens. Then it is a strike out into the object. It is also producing one of the image. Then the image of the object it is similar to that nature of the object. இங்க ப்ரொடியூஸ் ஆகக்கூடிய இமேஜ் எது மாதிரியே இருக்கும்னா ஆப்ஜெக்ட் எப்படி இருக்குதோ அதே மாதிரியே ஒரு இமேஜ் வந்து ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணுது. தென் it is passes through that objective lens, magnetic objective lens வழியா சென்ட் பண்றாங்க. Then it is forming that intermediate image. These intermediate images again passes through that magnetic projector lens. Finally it is recorded in the photographic plate. In the photographic plate we are getting into that enlarged and highly magnified image will be produces. It is similar to that object. Okay, so it is mainly used for that electron microscope is used for all the branches of science. It is the real diagram for electron microscope. It is a magnified images of some object. There is a housefly and then it is a needle and then thread. Thank you. Next we are going to see X-rays. First of all we are going to see discovery of X-rays. In 1895 Wilhelm Röntgen was discovered by X-ray. When the fast moving electron strike out into the target material, a highly penetrating radiation is observed. That ray is called that X-rays. The X-rays are one of the electromagnetic wave that are having the short wavelength that ranging from 0.1 Armstrong to 100 Armstrong. They travel straight line with the speed of the light. It is not deflected by electric and magnetic field. It is also affected photographic plate. X-rays photon are highly energetic. It having high frequency or shorter wavelength, so it can easily penetrate through that opaque material. The quality of X-ray is measured their penetrating power, which is also depending the velocity of electron strike the target material, and also it is depend on atomic number of target material. The intensity of X-rays is depend the number of electrons striking into the target material. Next we are going to see production of X-rays. So X-rays are produced in the X-ray tube, that is one of the discharge tube. That tube is called that Coolidge tube. A tungsten filament F is heated. It is the tungsten filament. It is heated low tension battery. As the electrons are emitted from the thermionic emission, the electrons are accelerated to that high speed by the voltage applied between that cathode and the anode. We are applied into that high tension battery. So the high tension battery, the electron get highly accelerated. This highly accelerated material will be strike out into the target material. So here we are taken the target material is copper black. It is the phase of the copper black is embedded to tungsten and molybdenum are embedded in the phase of the solid copper anode. The phase of the target is inclined at a particular angle with respect to that electron beam. So the X-rays can leaves here. The X-rays will be leaves in this side of that tube. When the high speed electron is strike out into the target, they get decelerate and suddenly they lose their energy. Suddenly lost their kinetic energy. So the X-ray photons are produced. Most of the kinetic energy of the electron, that is the most of the kinetic energy of bombarded electron get converted to heat, and the target material is made up of high melting point metals and having cooling system arrangement. Next we are going to see X-ray spectra. When the fast moving electron strikes the target material, it produces X-rays. The intensity of X-rays when plotted against its wavelength, it gives a curve is called that X-ray spectrum. X-ray spectra consist of two parts. One is continuous spectrum and the second one series of peaks superimposed on it. The continuous spectrum consists of radiation of all the possible wavelengths. The continuous spectrum consists of radiation of all the possible wavelengths with a certain minimum wavelength lambda naught, which depends on the voltage across the electrode. The peaks are characteristics of the material of the target. It is also called the characteristic spectrum. See that first diagram. It is a X-ray spectra of tungsten at various accelerating voltage, 20 kilovolt, 30 kilovolt, 40 kilovolt, 50 kilovolt. In the 50 kilovolt, it reached that maximum intensity in the tungsten target material. Second picture, you see that it is also says that the X-ray spectra of tungsten and molybdenum at a particular accelerating voltage, that is 35 kilovolt. In classical electromagnetic theory, it is explained only the emission of radiation from accelerating electron, but it cannot explain the two features exhibited in the X-ray spectra. But the photon theory of radiation is explained that two features are exhibited in the X-ray spectrum. First one, for a given voltage, here the molybdenum and the tungsten ரெண்டுலயும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா சேம் வோல்டேஜ் தான் அப்ளை பண்ணிருக்காங்க. ஸோ அந்த ஸ்டார்டிங் வேவ்லென்த் ரெண்டுலயுமே பாத்தீங்கன்னா சேம். that wavelength starting wavelength பாத்தீங்கன்னா it is also same. So that wavelength is called that cutoff wavelength. The intensity of X-rays is significantly increased at a certain well-defined wavelength, as shown in the case of characteristic X-ray spectra in the molybdenum. Next we are going to see continuous X-ray spectra. When a fast-moving electron penetrates and strikes the target nucleus, the interaction between electron and the nucleus either accelerate or decelerate, and it is also changing the path of the electron. The radiation produced from decelerating electron, it is called that Bremsstrahlung or breaking radiation. The energy of photon emitted is always equal to loss of kinetic energy of the electron. The electron may lose the part of energy or all of its energy to photon. The photons are emitted with all possible energies. it is also emitted that all the possibles of energy. So this spectrum is called that continuous X-ray spectrum. When the electron gives up all the energy, then the photon is emitted with the highest frequency mu naught. Here you see that it is the energy of the photon, it is the initial kinetic energy of the electron. So the energy of the photon h mu naught is always equal to EV. V is nothing but accelerating potential. So mu naught is also denoted for C divided by lambda naught. So hc by lambda naught is always equal to EV. So we replacing that lambda naught, we want that cutoff wavelength. Lambda naught is nothing but cutoff wavelength. So the lambda naught is always equal to hc divided by EV. Substitute that known values. H value is h is nothing but Planck's constant, c is the speed of the light, E is that charge of the electron. We are substitute that values, we are getting that lambda naught is equal to 12,400 divided by V into Armstrong. Okay, so the lambda naught is depending only that accelerating potential. It is also same for all the target material. Next we are going to see characteristics of X-ray spectra. The fast moving electron strike out in the target. The X-ray spectra shows some narrow peaks at some well defined wavelength. So these line spectrum showing the peak is called characteristics X-ray spectrum. These X-ray spectrum formed due to the electronic transition within this atom. When the energetic electron it is penetrate into the target material and remove the electron in the K cell, then the electron from that outer orbit jump to fill the vacancy, so create in that K cell. During the downward transition, the energy difference between the two levels form that X-ray photons of definite wavelength. Each wavelength, the characteristics of target constitute that line spectrum. And that is nothing but ஒரு ஃபாஸ்ட் மூவிங் எலக்ட்ரான் வந்து ஸ்ட்ரைக் அவுட் ஆகுது. அப்படி ஸ்ட்ரைக் அவுட் ஆகும்போது உள்ள இன்டீரியராக இருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த எலக்ட்ரான் கேசல்ல இருக்கக்கூடிய எலக்ட்ரானை வந்து ரிமூவ் பண்ணுது. அந்த பிளேஸ் என்ன ஆயிடுதுன்னா வேக்கண்ட் ஆயிடுது. அந்த வேக்கண்ட் ஆன பிளேஸை நியராக இருக்கக்கூடிய செல்லில் இருக்கக்கூடிய எலக்ட்ரான்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஜம்ப் பண்ணி அதை ஃபில் பண்ணுது. இஃப் சப்போஸ் எல் செல்லேருந்து ஒரு எலக்ட்ரான் கே செல்லுக்கு ஜம்ப் பண்ணுச்சுன்னா இப்போ சம்மன் ஆஃப் த எனர்ஜி வில் பி transmitted from L cell to K cell. On that time it emitted that photon radiation. Okay, so that is also forming that K alpha series. Here you see that K cell and L cell and K cell க்கு electrons வந்து jump ஆகிறதுனால நமக்கு வந்து K alpha வந்து radiation வந்து produce ஆகுது. If suppose M cell and ஒரு electron K cell க்கு jump ஆச்சுன்னா it is producing K beta, and then இதே இது N செல்லேருந்து K செல்லுக்கு ஜம்ப் ஆச்சுன்னா K alpha இந்த மாதிரி இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகிட்டே போகும். That should be forming that K series of radiation. Okay, if suppose அதே மாதிரி தான் L செல்ல வேக்கன்ஸ் பிளேஸ் உருவாயிடுச்சு. if suppose அந்த ஃபாஸ்ட் மூவிங் எலக்ட்ரான் ஸ்ட்ரைக் அவுட் ஆகும்போது L செல்ல இருக்கக்கூடிய எலக்ட்ரான்ஸை ரிமூவ் பண்ணிடுச்சுன்னா அந்த பிளேஸ் வந்து வேக்கண்ட் ஆயிரும். ஸோ தீஸ் பிளேஸ் ஆல்சோ ஃபில்டு த ஹையர் ஆர்பிட்டல்ஸ் ஆஃப் த எலக்ட்ரான், தட் இஸ் M செல்ல இருக்கக்கூடிய எலக்ட்ரானோ அல்லது N செல்ல இருக்கக்கூடிய எலக்ட்ரானோ, that is also jump to that L cell. It is also forming into that L series. Here you see that M cell இருக்கக்கூடிய electron L cellக்கு jump பண்ணுச்சுன்னா it producing L alpha, or otherwise the N cell electron is filled for that L cell vacancy, that is also forming into that L beta. That is similar like that M cell and then N cell O cell. Okay, next we are going to see application of X-rays. X-rays are used in many fields. Mainly it is used for medical diagnosis, medical therapy, industry and scientific research. First we are see that medical diagnosis. X-rays can pass through the flesh more easily than through bones. X-ray radiography are used to detect fracture, foreign bodies, diseased organs, etc. In medical therapy, X-rays are used to kill diseased tissues and also cure skin diseases, malignant tumors, etc. In industries, X-rays used to check for flaw in welding joint, motor tire, tennis ball, and then wood. In scientific research, X-ray diffraction is one of the important tools to study the structure of crystalline solid and also to study the arrangement of atoms and molecules inside the crystal. Thank you.